Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is our part 2 of Korean number systems. In the previous video, we learned Korean has 2 number systems. If you didn't check it yet, I recommend you to check that video first because today's video is kind of an exercise and practice in real Korean numbers in real situations. So, if you're ready, let's begin. So last time we learned 2 Korean number systems. What was it? Yes, native Korean numbers and Sino Korean numbers. And we also learned when to use native Korean numbers and when to use Sino Korean numbers, right? Now the next step is learning how to actually read these numbers. So today, focus carefully just this once. And after this lesson, you should be able to read Korean numbers much more comfortably. Are you ready? Let's start. Alright, so let's start with native Korean numbers. Do you remember what was the point that I said last time about native Korean numbers? Yes, remember, native Korean numbers are mainly used for small quantities. And because of that, native Korean number exists only from 1 to 99. And that means after 100, all Korean numbers are Sino Korean numbers. There's no native Korean numbers over 100. But before we get there, you must memorize from 1 to 10 for both number system. So let's start with native Korean numbers from 1 to 10. This part, again, we have to memorize. Alright, let's go step by step. I'm going to show you from 1 to 10, native Korean numbers. Let's write it together. Number 1, in native Korean number, we said 하나. 하나, 하나, and number 2, 둘, 둘, 3, 셋, 셋, number 4, 넷, 넷, 5, 다섯, 다섯, 6, 여섯, 여섯, 7, 일곱, 일곱, 8, 여덟, 여덟. Here there's double 받침, 리을 and pi읍. So you might be confused when you pronounce of this, like 여덟, like that. But actually the real pronounce of this is 여덟, 여덟. The 받침 비읍 is kind of a mute. So just say 여덟, 여덟. And number 9, in native Korean numbers, 아홉, 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 like 제홉, 아홉. And last, 10, in native Korean numbers, 열, 열. Okay? So we should remember this 10 number first. Let's read it again. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Great. Let's practice also from 11 to 19 in native Korean numbers. From 11, Korean simply combines numbers like this. 열 means 10 plus the last number. For example, 11 is actually 10 plus 1, right? And 12 also 10 plus 2, 10 plus 3, 10 plus 4, 10 plus 5, right? So let's write it down. 10, we will already know how to read. It's called 열, right? 10, 열. And do you remember how to read number 1 in native Korean number? Yes, 하나, right? 하나. So just simply combine like this. 열, 10, plus 1, 하나, 열 하나. So 열 하나 is 11. Great. Let's continue with this. And 12 is also 열 and 2 in native Korean number, 둘. What was 3? 셋, 4, 넷, 5, 다섯. And if it's 13, 열셋. If it's 14, 14. And lastly, 15. Like this, 16. Also, 16. 17, 17. 18, 18. 19, not J-hope, 아홉. 맞아요. Exactly. Okay, next. From 20 to 90. So it's multiples of 10. I put it title like this. And unfortunately, there is a special name on each 20, 30, 40 till 90. But don't worry. Only native Korean numbers have special name. First, 20. The name of 20 in native Korean numbers is 스물. 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 And 30, 서른. 서른. By the way, last time, one of the things we have to say in native Korean numbers was our age. Thinking about your age, you can say I'm 27, for example. 저는 27. I'm 32. 저는 32. We have to say like this. So it's also important to memorize this multiples of 10. Okay, let's keep doing. And 40 in native Korean numbers, 마흔. 마흔. 50, 쉰. 쉰. 60, 예순. 예순. And 70, 일흔. 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 80, 여든. 여든. 90, 아흔. 아흔. 20, 스물. 스물. 30, 서른. 서른. 40, 마흔. 마흔. 50, 쉰. 쉰. 60, 예순. 예순. 70, 일흔. 일흔. 80, 여든. 여든. 90, 아흔. 아흔. Perfect. If you follow till now, you're very nice. That's it. After this, you just simply combine the numbers. Okay, so let's practice in real number, how to read them in native Korean numbers. When you read it, the pattern is very simple. Just tens number, read the tens number, and plus ones number. For example, 21. 21. What was 20? Yes. 스물. 스물. And one, 하나, right? 하나. So just combine with them together. 스물, 하나. 32. 32. What was 30? Yes, 서른. 서른. And two in native Korean number, 둘. 둘. So 32 in native Korean number, 서른둘. 서른둘. Next, 45. 40. 40 in native Korean number, 20, 스물, 30, 서른, 40, 마흔. Right, 마흔. Oops. 마흔. And 5 in native Korean number, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯. Right, 다섯. So 45 in native Korean number, we read 마흔 다섯. 마흔 다섯. Last, 78. 78. 70. 스물, 서른, 마흔, 쉰, 예순, 60, 70, 일흔. 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 And 8. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟. Yes, that double 받침, that confused one. 일흔, 여덟. And the real pronouns is 일흔여덟, just like this. 일흔여덟. So, 스물하나, 21, 서른둘, 32, 마흔다섯, 45, 일흔여덟, 78. Great. Let's move on to Sino Korean numbers. Sino Korean numbers are much simpler than native Korean numbers because it's just combination. If you memorize from 1 to 10. As I said, from 1 to 10, basically we have to memorize both number systems. So let's start with 1 to 10 in Sino-Korean numbers. 1 in Sino-Korean numbers is 1, 1, and 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, and 10 in native Korean number, 10, 10. So compared to native Korean numbers, Sino-Korean numbers are just one letter. Feels like a little more easier than that. Is it? Okay, let's read it one more time. From 1 to 10. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Great. After this, everything is just simple combinations. So Sino-Korean numbers from 11 to 19, it's also combination like native Korean numbers. 10 plus 1, it's 11. 10 plus 1, and 10 plus 2 is 12. 10 plus 3 is 13, like that. So 10 in Sino-Korean numbers was 10, 10, and 1 in Sino-Korean number, 1, 11. One's number first, 1. And 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. And you just combine 10 in front of it. 12 means 12. 13, 13. 14, 14. 15. Same, 16. 16. 17. 17. 18. 18. And 19. 19. 19. Alright, that's it. Unlike native Korean numbers, even multiple of tens do not have special names. They are just simply built using multiplication. Like 20, for example, is 10 plus 10. So there's 2 10 here, right? So what was 2 in Sino-Korean number? Yes, 2. And there are 2 tens. 10 in Sino-Korean number, 10. Alright, so 20 is 20. Very simple, right? What about 30? There are 3 tens here, right? 3 tens. And what was 3 in Sino-Korean numbers? 1, 2, 3, right? 3. And 10, it's 10. So just 30. 30, like that. So 40, there are 4 tens. 4 in Sino-Korean numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can just add 10 next to that. 40 means 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90. Very easy, very simple. Here first we're practicing 2-digit number here. Alright, so 21. Again, like in native Korean numbers when we practice of this, it was 21. like that. 스물 하나. But in Sino Korean numbers, it's more easier. 2, 2, and what was 10? 10. So 2 tens, 20. 20. 20. And 1, 1 in Sino Korean number. So 21. So if we read 21 in native Korean numbers is 스물 하나. Native Korean number was 스물 하나. But in Sino Korean number, if we read 21, it's 21. 21. Okay. And 32, 30 is 30. And 1, 2, 2. 1, 2. 32. 32. Next, 45. 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 45. It's 45 in Sino Korean numbers. 45. And 78. 70. 70. And 8. 8. 78. At this point, let's compare the Sino Korean numbers versus native Korean numbers. So 21 was 스물 하나, and 32, 30 has a special name. 32. 45, 45. 78, 78. If you complete this part for both number system, you are you are already master for Korean numbers, I guess. Okay, at least 2 digits. So very nice, great. Okay, so now that we can read 2-digit numbers, let's move to 3-digit numbers. Good news is this is just combination, but you only need to know these important units. Like in English, we also learned 10, 100, 1,000, millions, like that. In Korean, let's just remember this. 100 in Korean number. By the way, from this digit, as I said, after 100, there's no native Korean numbers. So all of this number system is read by Sino Korean numbers, right? So 100 in Sino Korean numbers, or just say numbers, is 100. 100. And 1,000, 1,000. 1,000. And if it's 10,000, English, we just read it like 10,000. There's no unit for this 40. But in Korean, there's a unit for this 4. It's called 만. 만. So just remember these 3. 100, 100, 1,000, 1,000. And 10,000, 만. So using those, are you ready to read the numbers over 2 digits? 3 and 4 digit numbers? Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. Wow, okay, first, 125. 125. We can divide it. Just 100 plus 20 plus 5. All those are read in Sino-Korean numbers. What was 100 just before? Let's remember that. Yes, 100. 100. And 20, there are 2 tens. 20. And what is number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 125. That's it. This is how to read 125 in Korean numbers. 125. 125. Next. 347. 300 is, there are 3 hundreds, right? Hundreds was 100, and 3 in Sino-Korean number, 1, 2, 3. Right. So just 300. Easy, right? As we made 10, 20, 30, 40, like that. 340, 47. Next. Wow, it's 4 digits. Let's try it. But it's very simple because it's just 1,000 plus 4. Alright? What was 1,000? The name of 1,000 was 1,000. 1,000. And 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 천사. That's it. Only 2 letters. 천사. By the way, 천사 has another meaning. I mean, there is a word of 천사. In Korean, 천사 means angel. Angel. So sometimes when we have to say like the angel moment, we wrote number 1004 instead of 천사. Anyway, 천사, we read it like that. Okay, we're doing great. Okay, the next. It's also 1000 plus 200 plus 30 plus 5. 1000 was 1000. Still. By the way, if it's 2000, you can just say 2000. 3000, 3000. Alright? Okay. And 200, 100 was 100, and there are 2 hundreds. So, 200. 1200. And 30, there are 3 tens. So, 30. And last, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 1235 in Korean, 1235. Wow, great. We did it. Now you can leave. Oh, there are more practice. I'm sorry. Don't go. Stay there. Okay, it's 12,000, 10,000. In Korean, it was 만. 만. So here, 10,000 plus 2,000 is 12,000, right? And 10,000, the name of it was 만. And 2,000 again is 2,000. 12,000. 12,000원입니다. This is 12,001. 12,000원입니다. When you want to pay something. 12,000원. 12,000. 10,560. It's also 10,000 plus 500 plus 60. So 10,000 만 and 500 500 100. Okay? And 60 6 10. So 10,560 is in Korean 1560. Great. Okay, the last one. Wow, it's 6 digits. Let's just remember that 3 units. 100, 1,000, and 10,000. So if we cut it 10,000 is 12 and 10,000 means 120,000 plus 5,000. Okay, so just same rules. 10,000 was 만, right? 10,000, and there are 12 10,000. And what was 12 in Sino Korean numbers? 12, right? So 12만 means 120,000. 12만 and 5,000. 1,000 was 1,000 and 5 in Sino Korean numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 12만 5천 is 125,000 is 12만 5천. Okay, so now we can freely read even 5 or 6 digit numbers. And now let's apply in real situation. So from now, you have to think about which number should I use. Before I made a real quiz in real situation, I want to check one more time about time. Last time I also mentioned this when we divided when to use native Korean numbers and when to use Sino Korean numbers. And time especially, it's including both. Hours, because it's a big chunk and we know time passing through the hour part, so it's used native Korean numbers, and for the minute and second part we use Sino Korean numbers. Do you remember? So I think many of you guys confused about this part, so let's check this one more time. This is for hint. For 시 is for hour unit, and 분 it's for minute units. So native Korean numbers and 시 unit, hour unit, unit of hour, and Sino Korean numbers is used for minutes or seconds, but seconds we don't usually say it, right? So let's just cut it till minutes. So 분 is unit of minutes. All right, so let's read this first. Okay, so it's 1 and 10, 11, maybe 12. Yeah, let's say 12. So 1, 12. First 1. We have to read this part in native Korean number. So 하나, and the unit was 시, and 12 we have to read in Sino Korean numbers, and it was 10, and 2, 2, and the unit is 분. So 하나시 12분. That's right, but when you read this number 1, 하나 with this 시 unit, 하나 changes to 한. The pronouns, like mostly not only for this 시, mostly with the other unit. For example, there is one dog, 한 마리. 강아지, 한 마리. Not 하나 마리. There's one apple. 사과, 하나 개, no, 사과, 한 개. Like that. So this one is for little irregular, but because of the sound system, so 하나 changes to 한. 1시 12분 is 1:12. Okay? Next. Okay, this is exactly 3:25. Right? Alright, so 3 in native Korean number. 하나, 둘, 셋. Right? 셋. 시, and 25 in Sino Korean number. 20, 20, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the unit is 분. 셋이 25분. Do you also have some irregular rule here? Yes, unfortunately yes. And because of this 시옷 받침, and there's a unit 시, 셋 changes to 셋이. Okay, 셋이. When this native Korean numbers combine with some unit, it changes the pronunciation. Like 한시, 셋시 also changes to 셋이. Like that, 3 dogs, 강아지, 세 마리, 3 apples, 사과, 세 개. Okay, next, it's 7:30. Exactly, 7:30. 7. In native Korean numbers, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱. Okay, 일곱. And the unit is 시. And 30 in Sino Korean number, 3 tens. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. And 10 in Sino Korean number, 10. Unit is 분. 7시 30분. And here there's no pronunciation changes. Just 7시 30분. Okay? Good, good. 7시 30분. Or like 7:30. Like in half in English, we can also say 7시 반. It means half. So you can say 7시 30분 or 7시 반. Means 7:30. Okay. And this one is 10:45. So first 10 in native Korean numbers. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 맞아요? Right? 열. And the hour unit 시. And 45 in Sino Korean number. 4, 10. There are 4 tens. 40 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 45 and the unit of minute is 분. So 10시 45분. Alright, so let's do a really practice quiz. I prepared some pictures of this. So think about this situation, thinking about that you are really in Korea now. And then if you faced in this situation, what would you say that? First, okay, the beautiful lady asked, 몇 살이에요? 몇 살이에요? 몇 살, it means how old are you? 몇 살이에요? And she says, I'm 23. I'm 23. Okay, so first we have to think which number system we have to say here for age. Yes, do you remember? The age was the first thing that I mentioned when I explained native Korean numbers, right? So it's kind of a small amount, less than 100 usually. So we use in native Korean numbers. And 23, how did we read in native Korean numbers? It's combination of 20 plus 3. So 20, there was a special name. Yes, it was 스물. 스물, native Korean number. And 3 in native Korean number. 하나, 둘, 셋. 스물, 셋. Right. 맞아요. So 23 in native Korean numbers is 스물셋. 스물셋. And here, let's add one more thing. This is the situation we were talking about the age. And she asked 몇 살이에요? This 살 is the unit of the age. Unit. So, I'm 23. 저는 23 살이에요. We have to say that. When we say the time, like 3:10, it was like not 셋이, 셋 changes to 세. When this native Korean number 3 combined with the unit, the letter 셋 sound changes to 세. So here also the complete answer is 저는 23살이에요. That's it. 저는 23살이에요. Okay? Alright, great. Okay, let's move on to next. Okay, so the cute baby boy, he was counting the apple. If somebody asks, how many apples are here? And he said, there are 6 apples. 6 apples. When we count something directly, we use native Korean numbers, right? Native Korean numbers. And 6 in native Korean numbers. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, right? So, 여섯. And the unit of apple, not specifically apple, when you count some items, this is the general unit, it's 개. 개. So, 사과 6개 is 6 apples. 사과 6개. If you want to say there are 6 apples, 사과 6개 있어요. You can just say like that. 사과 6개가 있어요. 사과 6개 있어요. Okay, great. Okay, so next situation is in the elevator and one guy pressed the button 8. So they are going to 8th floor. They are already arrived. Okay, so when we talk about the floor, which number system we used? Floor? I know it's a small unit, but it's more like a measurement and systematic feeling. So on floor, we use Sino Korean number. 8 in Sino Korean number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. 8. And the unit of floor is 층. 층. It means floor. So if it's 8th floor, it's 8층. 8층. Where are you going? Oh, 8th floor. 8층 가요. 8층 가요. Alright, so this situation, it seems like she want to buy something from a cafe or, I don't know, grocery store. Anyway, the staff say, okay, it's like this much. So for the money, it's already over 100. And over 100, all the numbers is in Sino-Korean numbers. Okay, so let's count it. So first, it's already written here, 10,000. So 10,000 in Korean, 만 is that, 만. And 1, by the way, is the unit when we say the money. Korean money unit, 1. So 만. 100, for your information, I told you, remember 3 units, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. 100 was 100, 1,000, 1,000, 10,000, 만. Right. So let's using this here. So she said there's 10,000. It was 만 and thousand, but there are two thousands. Thousand separately it's 천 and there are two. So just add two Sino-Korean number before thousand. 1, 2, right? So total is 12,000. It's still number, but this is for money. What was Korean money unit? Yes, won. 12,000원. 12,000원입니다. This is 12,000 won. 12,000원입니다. 12,000. Great. I'm not sure what was happening, but I think he looks at this number on this card. So if you just read this number, like phone number or just like car number or any number, you just read it randomly. We use just Sino-Korean numbers. This is not like 3,478, no. It's just 3478. So 3478 in Sino-Korean numbers. 3, 3, 4, 4, 7, 7, 8, 8. What was the number of the car? Oh, it's 3478. 3478. Okay. Oh, wow. These days, you know what? Because of their new album, especially I really like the dancing part of 2.0. The dancing, I really love it. And I know this picture is kind of like old picture of them, but I think they are still handsome in this picture, so I just picked this. So they are BTS members. And if the question is, how many members of BTS? We can count directly, right? And it's for small amounts, so we use native Korean numbers. We don't even actually count them because we've already know them. Yes, they are 7 members. They are 7 members. 7 in native Korean numbers. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱. 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 And for the unit of people, when you count, it's 명. 명. So how many are they? They are 7명. 7명입니다. 7명. Okay, now you really finished the whole practice. So today's video was our part 2 of Korean number special lesson. I know so far if it's your really first time to learn Korean number, then actually just reading Korean numbers is enough. That might be already too much for you. But if you master, just read till 6 digit. Actually, I am very proud of you. You're doing great. Great job. 수고하셨습니다. Some unit I mentioned like 개 for item, 명 for people, and 시, hours, minute for 분. I told some unit system, but if it's too much for you, just forget it. Yeah, just focus on read numbers because that was our main goal. And if you master that, you're great. Okay, I'm really happy for that. Alright, so you did really good job today. And let's see you in the next video in new lesson. 안녕!